Well, my name is Salah Amleh. I'm at the GEC Global Entrepreneurship Congress in Melbourne, and I'm originally from Palestine. I'm the global host for the Global Entrepreneurship Week Palestine. We're here to meet every year after we finish our Global Entrepreneurship Week in our country, where we gather with all the other representatives from the other worlds to talk about the policies, to talk about the next steps we want to do and the strategies, and also to network with the local organizations working in that country. I was born in Kuwait until the Gulf War in 1990. Unfortunately, we were displaced to Jordan. There, I graduated from high school and I decided to go to Europe to continue my studies, where I started at the University of Politecnico di Milano, as a computer engineering. After finishing my university, I decided I wanted to go back, but I was offered jobs at Oracle company, where I was a business system administrator for the company. And then from there, I started my journey and building my career until 2008, when I was invited by the company to go to Middle East to look at the opportunity there for their company. And then where I met Palestine. And that year, basically, I decided I want to go back to Palestine and do something. So I left Italy and I opened my own company as a startup, at that time called Advanced Technologies for Business. And I started working in Palestine. And that also brought me to working with the Global Entrepreneurship Week, where I learned about them in 2012. Because during the work with the startups and as a startup, I have found there were so many gaps in talents, and I was having difficulty finding a staff for my company. So I decided to open this Global Entrepreneurship Week Palestine and host it under a nonprofit company called Growth Palestine, where we train young entrepreneurs, give them skills, give them access and network with other founders. At the same time, we provide them the platform to connect with the investors, making it possible for them to grow their businesses, to network, and to learn about the latest technology trends. Now we are 13 years in Palestine, and we are almost 180 organizations under the same scope of growing the entrepreneurship community, helping the startups and growing their network. I have to emphasize that Palestine, as everybody knows, is under occupation. Occupation is making it very difficult for us to move from one city to another, because in the middle we would find checkpoints, we would find Israeli checkpoints that will not allow us to move freely. Regardless to that, what we do is we try to reach out to these rural communities and help them where they are. It will take us much more time and effort, but we do that because we want to make sure that we are inclusive in what we do, and we are inclusive in helping the rural areas. So part of the work we do as part of our initiatives at Growth Palestine is we help the young entrepreneurs in displaced and rural areas. How we do that is by connecting these entrepreneurs with the private sector organizations and the international organizations that do support them through trainings, through activities around Palestine, to enhance their knowledge and know-how when they want to open a business. And also at the same time, what we do is we connect these individuals when they are ready to microfinance organizations, maybe sometimes, to help them also grow their businesses. Basically, our initiative, Global Entrepreneurship Week, is the initiative that we utilize to reach out to these displaced and to rural communities, to help them grow their businesses, to help them learn more about what is entrepreneurship in general, and to specifically provide them with training in certain topics. One of the challenges we see in the rural areas is there are a little bit, women are seen as housewives, or women, when they graduate from universities, the first thing they have to do, they have to think about getting married. So what we have seen that most of them are, actually many of them are brilliant women. Unfortunately, when we talk to them, when they have the ideas, they do not develop it or just leave it because they have to go follow the cultural, which is getting married and stay at home. What we do with them after COVID is we try to utilize the virtual Zoom networking events. So we keep them where they are, and we try to reach out to them through these virtual platforms to train them and to give them the knowledge they could utilize, regardless to the fact that, unfortunately, they are not being able to work as equal as men in our country. Well, what we do is to make sure that we are inclusive and to help, not shifting the mentality, but to help them understand better for the husbands and the culture that we get a conflict with when we talk about women is we try to utilize our private sector arms where they have programs specifically for designed for rural areas. The banks, for example, we have a Bank of Palestine. Under them, they have a program that is called Palestinian. Palestinian is specifically translated to English means the Palestinian woman. So the Palestinian woman program, for example, works with these women and helping them and helping their husbands to understand that having a woman work will generate income. Generating income will make you be sustainable more and will give you the opportunity to have more money in your house. So we work with them, we give them the platform we have at the GEW Palestine to network with these rural areas. And we were successful in the last 10 years doing that. Well, we can reach out to me, as you may know, in Palestine through the network we have at the GEW Palestine platform for this Facebook. And you know where I am. I'm in Ramallah. Everybody knows me there. So happy to connect with you, happy to talk to you, happy to chat with you. I love this thing that I learned from a Palestinian businessman who was raised and lived all his life in Palestine. I met him one in Palestine when I decided to move back, where he said to me, Palestinians are like diamonds. The more pressure they have, the more they shine. This is exactly the saying I say for the startups. The more you are under pressure, the more you will excel, the more you will overcome the obstacles to build your company. Thank you. And I look forward to connecting with anybody and to learn. If you want to learn more about Palestine, consider me as your ambassador.